Welcome to Seen This. I am the movie Mamba, Michael Ornelas, and I just want to hang out. No big deal. On the call is the feisty, picey Erica McMullen, who I'm very curious how she's going to pull this one off. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I did not see the movie. I did not have time to see this movie.
We'll give you a hard time here in a bit. The Gerber baby-faced assassin, Adrian Cedeno, joining us as always.
I don't get it.
That's all because we are watching the movie, reviewing the movie Friendship. Came out 2 weeks ago. Adrian and I got a chance to watch it. Erica is living in the fast lane and didn't have the opportunity. So what we're going to do is still give you a normal episode, go through the normal beats. And Erica, please feel free to chime in where there's clarification needed or you have thoughts. We're going to try to persuade you either to watch it or not. And maybe you're our audience member in this case.
We'll see how you guys felt about the movie, and then I'll make my decision.
Well, maybe you can contribute to our first bit where we talk about what we've seen this week. Because you missed your homework assignment, you can kick us off and tell us what you did, what you saw this week.
Putting me on the spot first. Actually, my brother and I, we did a throwback the other day, and we watched Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I don't know if I talked about it in the last episode.
You did.
Did I?
What have you watched since then?
Marijuana affects the memory.
We've watched since then. Okay, I didn't know if I had mentioned it or not. But I got to watch another episode of Severance, and it's getting crazy right now. So I'm like slowly making my way through that. People keep recommending me shows, and I'm just so far behind.
What are you on Severance? Do you know the season episode number?
I'm still on season 1. So season 1, and I think I just finished episode 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's got you. You're in.
Pretty, I mean, like, there's some pretty aggressive things that happen in some of these episodes, but it's got me hooked, which is not, like, it has to be pretty good of a show for me to want to continue to watch it.
Yeah. Again, like I said, it's been on my list. I just haven't got there yet. Adrian, what have you seen this week?
I did like Erica here, and I did a throwback. A couple episodes we had talked about Pauly Shore, so I went back and revisited some Pauly Shore, and I did Son-in-Law, and
Nice.
yeah, it was good. It was good.
After doing a couple movies that you haven't liked for the pod, you're like,
let me go back and see something that's gonna make me laugh. See, like good fun time.
Yeah, good old reliable Pauly Shore. What I've seen this week is a few things. We were off last week with Memorial Day. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Free Palestine. But what I did see this past week, I finished up Andor. Oh my God. I mean, Adrian, I know you said your bit about Star Wars being lame and everything. This is one of the best TV shows made, not even just with Star Wars, like best TV shows made, from where it starts to where it ends and how it ties the larger universe together. Not a single lightsaber. I won't say more to spoil, but fucking check out Andor. Like, I've gone down a rabbit hole on YouTube watching all this, and that.
So I liked Mandalorian. Is it better than Mandalorian?
Fuck yeah. Absolutely. It's different. It's more grounded. It's like a procedural. It's like each episode is like tense and things are building, and by the time you get to the end, I don't know if there's been a better finish to a show. On the contrary, I finished Last of Us Part 2, or the second season.
Oh yeah, I heard a lot of people aren't happy about it. I'm not caught up yet.
It's just there's certain decisions that deviate from the game, which really change the main character, Ellie. Like, it really changes kind of who she is and what level of empathy we have for her. If you've never played the game, you have no reference. Like, I don't know. It's just certain things don't make sense. Motivations don't make sense. So it's unfortunate. They're going to do another season, and they left us on a bit of a cliffhanger. Outside of that, there's a movie that I may draft in a future draft, so I'm going to save that one for myself. And let's dive into our friendship movie review.
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this?
Have you seen this?
I know, I've seen this. I know this.
To get started, let me read the letterboxed details here. The movie is Friendship, directed by Andrew DeYoung, stars Tim Robinson, Paul Rudd, Kate Mara. Tagline: Men shouldn't have friends. Description: a suburban dad falls hard for his charismatic new neighbor. So as we dive in, Erica, since you didn't see it, I'm going to start off with you again. Maybe you're finding a trend here. Did you hear anything about this movie before I mentioned it? Had you your relationship with Tim Robinson, Paul Rudd?
No relationship with Tim Robinson. Have like maybe seen like a few clips here and there of, but never a full trailer. So I still don't really know a whole lot besides what you just told me on that letterbox
Uh,
review. So does it sound like a movie that I would put myself into on my own by my own volition? Probably not.
so far, it's an uphill battle. Okay.
But yeah, so it sounds like an uphill battle, but this does sound like a movie where, like, if I'm at home and it's available on streaming and I'm in the mood, I'd be like, yeah, we could put this on and watch it.
Okay. You a Paul Rudd fan?
Yeah, in the right
Mm.
setting.
Wow. I was expecting like an enthusiast. I don't know why, but I thought you'd like.
I mean, I really like I enjoy him. I think he's really funny. I like
Yeah.
everything that I've ever seen him in, but am I rushing to the theater to go see a Paul Rudd movie?
Oof.
No.
Okay. Okay.
You know?
Uh, fair enough. Fair enough. Adrian, first thoughts here. Without spoilers, what'd you think of Friendship?
Um, Maybe I went into it with like anticipation, with like a certain feeling of what it was just by reading the letterbox description. I was like, oh, cool. Like me and my neighbor, who's like my best friend now, we just had like our 1 year anniversary, right? So we were like joking about it, having a drink. And so I was thinking like, okay, cool. Maybe this is like a movie kind of like similar to what I've experienced, you know? And it wasn't that. It was somewhat of a letdown. So uh I'm a Paul Rudd fan, and that's why I give it a chance, but it Tim Robinson, I just didn't understand the comedy. I know they said it was like a dark comedy. I just didn't get it. Like some of the jokes, like I hear people in this theater laughing, but
Uh,
I don't get it.
did you have a full theater? What was the energy like? Was the majority of people laughing, or set the
Uh,
scene?
so it wasn't full, and not that the majority of people were laughing, but there were some chuckles in this, and
Yeah.
I legit was like sitting there like I don't get it. What's so funny about it?
Mm,
Like it's kind of awkward that the son kisses the mom on the lips, kind of a thing. Like that's I don't
mm.
understand the
Yeah.
joke. I didn't understand the joke. Like this
Yeah.
isn't funny to me. So in that sense, I was not the biggest fan.
Fair. Like Erica likes to do triggers. If you're triggered by incest, there's hints. It's I won't spoil nothing, but there's hints of some affection that is a bit out there, and I think that's kind of what this movie is, right? This movie is out there. It's different. It's like
It's just
writing.
uncomfortable.
It's yeah, and that
Yeah.
if you know Tim Robinson, I think you should leave is the name of the show. I believe he does. That's what he goes for. He wants you to be uncomfortable, like there's probably people like this character that we know or are kind of similar to this. Maybe not to the extreme, but like people that are just kind of socially awkward or just, if I smoke too
Narcissist.
that's an interesting way to put it. That's an interesting way to put it. But I know like if, you're in a social setting, especially if I'm like high and I'm around a lot of people, I probably am very much like Tim Robinson in the way of like, okay, so everyone's breaking into song. I guess that's what we do here. Like it's just a whole different world that he's entering, and he's foreign to it, right? Um, but that brings me to my guest, and I'm going to introduce before we get into spoilers because I don't think it necessarily spoils anything. Jim Morrison from The Doors.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone.
People are
People are
strange
strange,
when
definitely.
you're a stranger. So Tim Robinson's character is very strange. His friends think he's very strange because of the way he interacts with them. And there's a lot of strange people. I live in the Pacific Northwest. If you've ever been up to this area, they say keep Portland strange. It's got that rep for a reason. Let's get into spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
One thing that I thought was interesting with this movie, to Adrian's point, is there's a lot of uncomfortable moments, right? Like you said, we'll open up with the son kissing his mom on the lips.
And like the dad's joke is like, "Oh, you guys kiss each other on the lips like that? Like, where the hell have you been for the last like 16 years? He's a teenager, and this is the first time you've seen them kiss on the
Right.
lips. Like,
Right. His
Yeah,
character's
just
very
what-
like passive aggressive, kind of beta, doesn't do anything. So when Paul Rudd, who is a news weatherman, moves next door, a package gets sent to Tim Robinson's house, and he goes to return it, and that's how they essentially meet. They seem to hit it off, and gets invited to hang out with them, and then things kind of progress from there. I thought one of the few.
So let's go on to that,
Yeah, please.
because so one, they're grown ass men, and they're like hanging out, like guys' night. Never once have I on a guys' night broken into like quartet singing
Yeah.
ever, especially of was it Adina Howard? Like it's never would I have come across that. So yes, that is awkward. But having him like get into a boxing match with gloves on and punch
Yeah.
him and knock him out and then be like, "Oh, sorry guys, I did wrong," and shove a bar of soap in his mouth for punishment.
Yeah. Yeah, just out there. Very weird. So, Erica, to loop you in, Paul
Like,
Rudd
what
and
the fuck did you guys
Exactly.
watch?
Exactly.
those are just
Like, what?
those are like two separate set pieces.
It's like he's like I don't want to say he's on the spectrum, but there's definitely some
social cues. He's off with like social cues
yes,
and like
definitely.
dynamics of being around people.
Definitely.
But yeah, to the point with the boxing. So him and his buddies are hanging out, and as a way of like hanging out and being guys,
They're
they
doing a
put on
boxing
their they
tournament.
put on their boxing helmet and gloves, and like they're boxing, right? And it's like it looks playful with the couple guys, and then once
Yeah.
Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson goes, he
Paul-
pops
so-
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd pops him like twice with two clean jabs, and then he gets mad and he lays Paul Rudd out
right in the nose, right, and knocks him out, and everyone. And this was very much like
like a cheap shot.
No, yeah, but the movie, not Meet the Fockers. What was before that?
Meets
Meet the
parents.
Fox.
Meet the Parents. It's like Meet the Parents when Meet the Parents with the volleyball.
It's just a
and, like,
game,
like,
fucker.
it's just a game. It's so they all react in this similar kind of way. Which like I get to your point, Adrian. I felt the same way. I felt like it was supposed to be funny, but it was more uncomfortable and just weird. Which
Now, just hearing you guys like talk about it like how it is is it more meant to be satirical about like the straight men hanging out
no,
and like
Mhm.
if it
It was
if
just
it
awkward.
is,
It's just
if
him
it
being
is,
an
it was just
awkward
like
person.
not well done.
it just doesn't feel satirical in the way of
Mhm.
like the whole movie is satirical. Then like if you're gonna have satirical moments like that, there has to be more elements of satire that aren't
Yeah.
on the nose, but like lean into satire. And this is just more like, here's a story of this guy and his neighbor with a Anchorman mustache,
And a
and
fake toupee.
yeah, and he ends up inviting him in, as Tim Robinson's character says, like, too soon. You've got to get to know me. Like, like you let me in too soon. And it just, you're placed in this world where like things are just off. Like we said, the son kisses the mom. He doesn't have any social life whatsoever. No friends, no nothing. So when he meets this group, I think he sees it as his way in, but is just doing
Just
everything to
awkward and weird
self-sabotage.
and
Yeah. I think to your point, Adrian, though, about like him kind of, you don't want to say spectrum because that's like very much a diagnosis, but he is socially awkward. And I think if you want to be real serious about this movie and be like, that's a poor representation of people that are socially awkward, like that they're just gonna like cause chaos or like, so again, it's a comedy, so I'm not gonna take it that serious, or it's supposed to be a comedy, but I had the same thought where like I just wasn't like, yeah, I laughed a couple times, but it's more of like uncomfortable laugh. You know what I mean?
Like nobody else can see me cringing, so I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah. But if people are into that, like it's a different genre of humor. It's not quite dark comedy to me.
I don't know what dark comedy would be, but like I said, like I just simply wasn't getting the jokes. So when I'm hearing everybody laugh, like I legit looked around, like, did I miss something? Like,
Like, why are you laughing?
yeah, like there was no punchline, there was no nothing. It's just awkward and weird. Like I don't understand the joke.
Yeah, I think Paul Rudd also, something that's different is that Paul Rudd actually plays more of like the straight man, like the straight guy, like not straight his sexuality, but like, not the like physical comedy that he typically does. Like he's not the comedian in this. Tim Robinson, I suppose, is.
Right.
And that's relatively different. I don't know how many movies I've seen where Paul, maybe Clueless, maybe,
So I think that was a part of the problem why I didn't like it. Like it felt like Paul Rudd is setting him up. Like he's setting that volleyball perfect. And like Tim Robinson, all he has to do is jump up and spike the ball, and he's just like laying an egg. And I'm like, what? Like he set you up perfect. Like
it's like he's playing different rules than volleyball rules, and
yeah,
in that way, like he's playing badminton. Like it's a similar field, similar idea, but it's a completely different sport,
and
and
that's
that's
how
kind of
awkward it feels. Like
yeah.
his teammates are setting him up, and he's playing a completely different game.
But let me guess, you like basketball, eh?
Oh, basketball's great.
That's a proper combination of sports. By the end of this movie, to be honest, like I'm gonna be completely honest with you, like it's kind of forgettable to me. Like there's a couple moments like him falling in the quicksand as he's talking with Paul Rudd because they're picking mushrooms, because Paul Rudd's like showing him the sewer system and doing all kinds of weird shit as they build their friendship.
So he shows him the sewer system to break into City Hall from their sewer. And then it ties it back into the end of the movie when uh Tim Robinson, Craig, wants to like show his wife who's already like you get that weird feeling like she's kissing her son on the lips.
And she's always mentioning her ex-boyfriend,
Right,
like
they go
talking to
out
him and
all
like
the time. They
they
go out
go
on
out all
like
the time. Yeah.
dates, and he's just supposed to be okay with it, and he's just like, "Don't go with that guy. Hang out with me and do a puzzle today." You know, like
Let's go check out that new Marvel flick. Yeah.
right. So it's just awkward and weird the entire time that there's no real connection, and he's supposed to be like the hero. He's supposed to be like the main character, and it's just not. It just didn't
These
hit for
aren't
me.
selling this movie
Nah,
very
it didn't
well.
hit.
Nah,
It didn't
yeah.
hit.
So just to kind of tie it up, in the sewer system, he ends up saying like, "Don't go out with this guy. Let's go. You say we don't do anything.
Yeah,
Come with me. Trust me. Come with me." So he shows her the sewer system.
but gets lost.
Well, she ends up like taking off because he's like, just go, and gets
I'll meet
lost in
up with
this.
you right now. Yeah.
I'll meet up with you, and he's having trouble getting on the wall. She gets
Yeah.
lost, and he goes home without her. She's just missing. Which, like, the premise is funny, but it needs more than that. It needs more than that. And
I
she
think
finally
gets back home, and like the punchline is when he talks to her, like one, everybody's like, "How could you leave your wife there? Like, you're crazy." And two, she's like, he's talking to her, and she's like, you know, "Well, while I was lost in the sewer, I had an orgasm, and I haven't had one in forever."
like earlier in the movie, she says she wants to. It's been years since she's had an orgasm or something like this. So now in the sewer,
in the sewer, you're lost, and that's when you decide to.
it was really weird. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna just go to Darren or whatever the fuck her ex's name. I'm gonna go stay in his pool house for a while." And like that just happens. Like just a
This is the
lot.
punchline of this
The
20
outcome.
minute long joke. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say
Do
we
I
could go.
have to go watch this movie after this?
I won't hold it against you if you don't. You know, you miss one incomplete assignment's fine for the end of year report card, right?
Still get a B.
Yeah, you'll still get a B end of the season. Let's go to our Commodus scale because I think it's kind of relatively clear where we land on this. Up, down, or even. Remember, it's an audio podcast. So, Adrian, what are you giving it?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Your letterbox, you gave it what? I think a 2.5. I saw a 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5.
1.5. Wow.
I just didn't get the jokes. I'm sorry.
So, as harsh as I've been on this movie, there is something redeemable where when I came out of theater, I gave it a 3. So that would be even. Like, I appreciate its creativity of being different. I understand for a certain genre of people, it is funny. For me and Adrian, it wasn't necessarily funny enough to recommend, I think. But if you like Tim Robinson, you like very like off the beaten path type of comedy, you might like it. So that's why I'm going even. And Erica, it sounds like, did we sell you to watch this? Did we sell you to watch
Like
this
I'm
movie?
not gonna go see this movie, guys.
That's fair enough.
I think
that's all
it's
right.
fair because I think even Mikey's like letterbox review was like straight to DVD type movie, you know?
Right.
So don't go to the theater, just wait and watch it on HBO or something in like 6 months.
This could have been like a Tim Robinson movie that premiered after his show kind of thing, like on, I don't know, is it Comedy Central? I don't know where it's at, but yeah, not for me, but I do have some double feature recommendations that we can get into that I think do this much better. And Adrian, go ahead and what's your recommendation to watch? If you're gonna have to watch Friendship and you want to improve your mood afterwards, if it didn't work for you, what do you recommend?
I would recommend Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, because it feels like this is what they were trying to do. Like Ron Burgundy's kind of awkwardness, like big ego, but lack of self awareness, is kind of what they were looking for in Craig's character, Tim Robinson. It just fell short and wasn't delivered the same way. But Anchorman would definitely be something that like kind of pick you up after something like this. Still awkward and weird, but still like super funny if you get the jokes.
And that's a good point, is Ron Burgundy being awkward, but he's also charismatic. He's awkward but charismatic, and the whole movie is that. So it has a lot more energy and life to it than.
And like you said earlier, that whole movie was more of like a satire. So you understand that they're making fun of something. Whereas this movie felt like you don't really think they're making fun of any one thing. Like I wouldn't call it a satire at all.
Yeah. I have 2 double feature recommendations. Hopefully, you guys have at least seen one of these. I'm sure you have. The first one is Cable Guy.
That's such a good one too. I want to stop right there because when I saw that, I was like, "Damn, that's perfect." Jim Carrey's role in that is spot on to what I think Craig should be.
I mean, Cable Guy, when it came out, was incredibly like ripped apart by critics. If I'm not mistaken, it was Ben Stiller's like first directorial debut. But from the first time I watched that movie, I think I was at that age where Jim Carrey anything I'm in. But now as an adult, I've probably rewatched Cable Guy, like top 5 movie that I've rewatched. And it's so fucking funny about this lonely guy that was raised by the television.
Cable Guy, Erica? You've never seen Cable Guy?
No, I've seen Cable Guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's similar kind of premise. This lonely guy that befriends someone and it turns dark and funny, hence a dark comedy, you know.
The secret password is
The password is Dipple.
Can I pass?
Yeah. So Cable Guy, if you want to like laugh and just be like, holy shit, Jim Carrey, what a genius. The other one I'm going to recommend, if you want to do a triple feature and you want to go more weird with it, is Beau is Afraid. And the reason why I say Beau is Afraid, we've talked about it, I think, a little bit on the pod with it being Ari
Yeah.
Aster's last movie. The whole anxiety and stress of like, this is uncomfortable, similar to Beau is Afraid. Like, it's very different movie, but it has that same kind of tension of like, oh my God, like this, you just feel stress induced. And there's moments of that in Friendship also. So if you want to edge and feel like anxious, go Beau is Afraid. If you want to laugh at early Jim Carrey, just, if you're a movie fan, Cable Guy's the way to go because he quotes so many TV shows, movies within.
Cable Guy, like when I first watched it, I was not a fan. Like again, that dark humor, that dark comedy, like I'm not getting it. And then rewatching it, oh, it's so funny. So
Yeah.
funny.
Top 5 rewatchable. All right, let's draft stock, Adrian. Between me and you, we're gonna get an extra person here. Erica's asked out. No draft pick. No draft
I
pick
should
here.
still get a draft pick, but I don't get any. Like, I'll go last. So you guys rock paper scissors for first, and I just have
No,
to
we're
go
still
last
doing
and pick blindly.
we still get the wheel. We still get the wheel. But you're saying
But
you still get a pick even though you didn't watch the movie. Is
yeah,
that what I'm understanding? Adrian,
yeah.
do you concur?
I mean, I don't mind as long as she's not picking first. Again.
That's what I said. I'll pick last.
Okay. Well, this is one way to break that cycle of you going fucking first the last like 3 times.
Don't worry. When the draft rolls around, I bet you I go first.
Okay. Wheel of Cinema. Me and Adrian. Who's picking first? Who's picking second? All right. Here we go. Spin.
Adrian's first.
No, that's me. There we go. All right. Great. Quick wheel spin here. I'm first, Adrian second, and then Erica, I guess you get to pick. We should get to pick someone for you. We decided to.
No.
All right. I mean, listen, if there's anyone, actually, there's a couple people. But I've got to take Paul Rudd. He's probably working the most. He's already at a high stock considering how long he's looked 20 since back in Clueless days. Modern day vampire. So I'm gonna take him. He's gonna make movies until the end of time. So I'll go.
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Him and Keanu. They need to get all the vampires of Hollywood and make a movie. Okay, so Adrian, who are you gonna take?
It would be like him, Keanu Reeves, Anne Hathaway. We'd get some more people in there.
Yeah. We'll have to do a vampire draft. People that donate. Adrian, who do you want?
I'll go Kate Mara.
Good job. Yeah. Have you seen her in anything?
Oh yeah, she's in a few different movies, but I think one of them was The Martian.
The Martian, Brokeback Mountain. Yeah.
Shooter. She was really good. That's
Okay,
the one with
yeah.
Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, I've seen
she
her
was
in a
also
bunch of stuff. Yeah.
also in Fantastic Four from 2015, which a lot of people don't talk about. But I actually didn't see her till late, and she was in House of Cards. Really good in that. So she's got a bright future. I think that's a great pick. Erica, go ahead. Who do you want?
I'm trying to look at everybody right now. It does really suck, obviously, since I didn't see the movies. I don't know like how big everybody's like character was and like what like their role was in the movie and how big it
Pretty much
was.
top 4.
But
Have you, Erica? How have you ever gone and do a test blind? Like you didn't study, just nothing.
You just go
how do you typically
C.
do on a test you're not prepared
I mean,
for?
I have gone into tests blind before, but
Yeah. How do those go? What's your strategy?
Read all the questions, answer the ones you know.
I'm not dumb, so like I can usually power my way through it.
Okay, never mind. I forgot educational questions offend you easily. Let's move on. Go ahead. Who do you want to draft?
But I'm going to take. I'm assuming he played the son, but I'm gonna take Jack Dylan Grazer.
He did play
Jack
the son.
Dylan Grazer. Yeah. He did play the son. And he did pretty. I mean, for the role, it was good. He's in It. He did a voice on Luca. He's in the It franchise. He's in Shazam.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's busy working. I think that's a good pick. I love that none of us took.
I wanted Kate Mara because I really enjoy her as an actress. I've seen her in. I mean, I think I first saw her in American Horror Story, because I used to like watch that show religiously, and she does an amazing job
She is in
in
that also.
those.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
She
she's
has a
really
lot of
good.
TV shows.
Yeah.
Definitely.
She's very talented.
That's my stock.
Well, listen, Friendship wasn't for us. I don't think Erica's gonna watch it. Maybe you're gonna get really high when it's streaming. Be like, you know what? I'm in the mood.
You're
Maybe
be like, I gotta see if this was really as bad as it was, and then
I'll
I'm
s-
gonna be like,
I'll
shit.
say this. I'll say this. Like in preparing for the podcast, assuming you watched it, I thought like of the three of us, you'd probably like it the most. You know,
Really?
I
Okay.
think so. I think so. And the fact that I went even, Adrian went thumb down. Like I am curious to get your interpretation, and maybe some of the jokes land better for you. But stay
I mean,
tuned.
yeah, because I mean, I have pretty dark humor.
Yeah.
Probably the darkest out of all three of us, if I'm being honest.
We'll have a dark humor off. So we are going to wrap up this episode here as our main episode. Stay tuned. We're going to have a bonus episode come out early because we're going to record it. You guys are good to record it. I'm just assuming we got like an hour. Do we have time? Sure. So make sure to follow us on our socials, Blue Sky, Instagram, Letterboxd, Seen This, also YouTube.
Spotify.
I'll do YouTube. Adrian does Spotify. Erica, you could throw in Apple Podcasts. We'll figure out a formula.
No, Spotify's.
That's your team, Spotify.
I'll pair with Adrian. Spotify.
Yeah. You get video on Spotify, YouTube. But if you're driving and you want to just listen along the way, Apple Podcasts is the way to go also. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you on our next episode. Check out our bonus episode as mentioned, which we are doing. I guess I should mention what it is. If this movie did anything, it inspired our next draft, which is a friendship movie draft. All about the greatest friendships in Hollywood history, or maybe international history. Who knows? I think I'm going to expose some new films here. You know me. I don't have to win all the time.
Probably.
Nonetheless,
Forever.
take it easy. Let's not get your cheating ways and cahoots on the voting this time. Thank you guys for listening. Until next time, stay safe.